RDC, will you please stand and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance? He is coming.
One big meeting after another.
So as we're waiting, we'll do our roll call. We can do our roll call.
Mayor Bonta,
Here.
Commissioner Lack,
Here.
Commissioner Ambler is not here, Commissioner Joswiak. Here. Commissioner Munt. Yes. And Commissioner Vasquez.
Here.
Oh. So we've got new business, Mr. Bowditch, for consideration of utility infrastructure purchase.
Commissioners, thank you very much, and I appreciate the time to come in on a Thursday morning at 9 a.m. For this special meeting. This is a very important project that has been presented to the city. We've been working on this for about 9 to 12 months already. It is the potential for about 300 to 400,000 total square feet of development along the north side of 20. And in the due diligence, what we found, and I apologize, I went a little bit ahead. It could be anywhere of an investment from 50 to 75, maybe $80 million of investment on the north side, with the potential of kayak access to the Salt Creek as part of the project development agreement. And what we found in our due diligence is that the Salt Creek Estates Mobile Park is the utility that is owned by the property owner, and it allows access to the Salt Creek lift station on the south side of 20. That pipe from the south side of 20 to the north side is owned by the property owner, and it serves Salt Creek Mobile Park Estates as a utility. What the request is to the commissioners is to purchase that utility for the purpose of allowing the access to the Salt Creek lift station, which would then allow the developer and the city through the sanitary district to further construct the pipe along the north side of 20. So as development occurs, the property owners would not have to go under US 20 every time and get Indiana Department of Transportation's approval for going under 20. It would stimulate economic development not only from the Salt Creek and the Burns Harbor corporate limits with Portage all the way over to Willow Creek, as well as Chrisman Road on the north side, but specifically over to Samuelson Road and slightly after. The intent in the request this morning is for the Redevelopment Commission to purchase this utility from the property owner in the amount of plus or minus $500,000. And then as part of that purchase, the agreement would be that the property owner and the developer would install the new laterals or the new pipe going across, and then that would be dedicated back to us. It's important to this project that it occur. They're looking to break ground potentially, if not this fall, first thing in the spring, for construction and improvements. I do want to state that part of the project, the developer and the owner of the project is looking at dedicating access to Salt Creek, as well as other potential park facilities or park land that would be parks land that would provide. So the value of this purchase is not only the utility to access the Salt Creek lift station south of 20, but it also allows for the value of development to occur on the north side of 20, including the access to Salt Creek for recreational purposes. I can tell you, at this point, the name of the development will be known as Kayak Point, which is a branding issue for this area per se, as the Eastern Gateway on 20. I would recommend and make a recommendation that the commission seriously consider this request, as it will expedite the development to occur quickly. One other thing, and before the question's even asked, did we have the two questions that you may ask, so I want to answer them in advance. Was the pipe examined? Yes, it was. The pipe under 20 from the Salt Creek Estates Mobile Park to the Salt Creek Lift Station on the south side is in good condition. The sanitary district did give us a report back that that is in good condition. The rest of the utility would need to be replaced or repaired in some parts. However, part of the development that would occur would remove some of that portion of the utility where the manholes are for Salt Creek, because those mobile homes have all since been moved and it no longer exists. What we really need is that pipe underneath 20, which is in good condition. The second question being is, why isn't the sanitary district not purchasing it? The answer there is, at this time, to use a legal term that I've been given many times, is at this time it's not feasible. The intent is for the Redevelopment Commission to purchase the utility, and at the time when it is feasible for the sanitary district to purchase the utility and the piping, that would be sold to the utility at that time, for whatever that cost may be. So the intent is not for the Redevelopment Commission to be the owners of this utility. It is a short-term gap measure in order to effectuate the development, and then once the pipe is installed fully to the west, it would then be sold over to the sanitary district at some point in time in the future. One other point is that since we would own it, any tap-in fees that occur because of development would become part of our general fund. So they're tapping into our pipe at that point. So it would be in the interest of the sanitary district to own it as quickly as possible. So
Tom, do you happen to know the tap-on fees right now for something? It'd be pretty big, I think, for the kind of,
Yeah, I'm not prepared to answer that. It's gonna be significant, of course.
right.
There are, you know, at least two large, industrial type buildings. There's the Kayak Point. So there's gonna be more than one connection, I would say, as the project moves forward.
from our perspective, if we were charging the tap-on fee and it was coming to us, that would also make up some of the costs from our perspective.
Right. Right.
I would say tens of thousands.
Right.
Yeah.
I used the example in our conversation, Judy, yesterday. If you and I, well, I didn't make this part of it, but just imagine, if you don't mind borrowing it, if you and I were next door neighbors and the pipe from your house to the sewer was my property and I'm a private property owner, you might be a little bit concerned about buying a house where for some reason I didn't take care of my line. That means that your house doesn't work, you know? It makes sense that we would want to have a line, which I think it made sense that it was a private line when it was servicing, you know, one business, the trailer park that was on the property. With this transitioning to being something with multiple buildings and multiple different businesses on it, it would make sense that they would want to have a government entity owning the line. And as noted, the intention is for this to become part of our utility system soon. But in order to make sure that the project is uninterrupted, I believe this is the sort of thing a redevelopment commission does. We solve
Correct.
problems to keep things running.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
Has this development been cleared through planning and zoning and all that kind of fun stuff?
The plans are still in the preliminary stage. It has not come to the plan commission yet.
It won't go through zoning, or it won't be a zoning issue. It'll just be planning and, that process.
Then when will this purchase occur? Like, what if happens if they decide not to move forward with the development? Are we stuck with the pipe?
I believe the purchase has already occurred. I'm not the land.
Yeah.
The developer owns the land.
But what if they for whatever reason, they decide not to build.
Well, then we already have that infrastructure in place.
Yeah,
for
we-
future development,
Yeah.
you know, somebody else, so. Because that land's already been cleared out for another, I mean, it potentially could be another development.
And we would still, to put it simply, anything that happens on the land going forward, you're going to want to have this line in, I won't say in government hands, but in non-private hands. And we would still be pursuing having the line purchased by the utility as soon as possible. To give you an idea, utility being able to buy the line from us is really a next year's budget issue, or later if we wanted to work out some different arrangement with the utility. But at worst case scenario, we could have utility budgeted to be able to buy this from us by next year. It's just that the circumstance came in such a time that they weren't prepared to purchase it now.
Kind of like the
The-
fire trucks.
Yes, like the fire trucks.
And then
The-
they are responsible for putting the infrastructure in on the north side of 20. Okay.
From an economic development standpoint, Commissioner, this would be, and they've been working on this project for over a year now. And they've been doing, the user, developer, and the user would be, has been doing design, engineering. They've been getting all their due diligence in order. And this is, from my perspective, economic development perspective, that it's a high probability it's going to occur at this point. This isn't a speculative issue where it's, they're thinking about it. They're looking to move dirt as soon as possible. They want to be in the facility as soon as possible.
Engineering on the plans have already been completed on their end.
Right. They are, put it this way, to use a term, they're aggressive, and they're moving forward. I wouldn't have come before you if this wasn't an issue that needed to be addressed immediately.
It appears to me like it's a win-win situation, because if we don't provide that funding, then would it come to a halt, a screeching halt?
Correct, correct. And then, again, the value is allowing the access to the utility north of 20, the access to Kayak Point, the improvement to our east gate on 20, and the future development along the north side west of this project, including the US 20 corridor entirely west of Willow Creek, east of Willow Creek, I'm sorry, east of Willow Creek.
I'll make a motion to approve the purchase.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioners. I really appreciate your time to come in on Thursday morning at 9 a.m. Again, I wouldn't have requested this if it wasn't of that importance. I will follow up with the developer and the end user to let them know to prepare the necessary documents and get everything ready. And as soon as I can, I will let you know the scheduling of any events or what would occur next. I will make it a priority to meet with the developer and the end user as soon as possible to get back to you. Worst case scenario, I'll have a report for you at your next meeting.
Thank you. And Mr. Atherton, I believe you had something that you wanted to see if we had time for. I think we do.
Thank you. I'll be real short. At your July meeting, we discussed due diligence on the parcel on the north side that we are currently under contract to purchase, and you allotted $7,500 to do some environmental testing. Since then, we've got our pricing back in, and it was significantly higher. Our first quote was just under $15,000 for the work. Tom and I met with our contractor, and we got that price down to $12,000 now. However, I would still like to ask for a not-to-exceed number of $15,000, because we have a very short due diligence period on this property, and if we get into a problem, we'd like to have the money that we can continue the testing to make the final recommendation to this board. So I'd like to ask for a motion to increase the $7,500 to $15,000 not to exceed. Any questions?
Motion.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anything else before we adjourn? And if not, is there a motion to adjourn?
Second.
All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Meeting closed.